What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus HD. We're winding down to the final two. Last time we took down the 14th Colossus, Zenobia. Tonight we have the penultimate Colossus, Argus. Alright, so before we actually get started heading towards Argus, I want to point something out. Notice the doves, which we've seen doves before, but it seems like there's a whole lot more of them now, and this one's gonna take me away! Oh god, take me to the Colossus dove! No, just drop me on the stairs. Come on, Aggro, jump down! Don't waste time going around the long way, just jump! Yeah, there are a lot more doves now than there were in the beginning of the game. A dove is added to the altar for every single Colossus you kill, and the same thing goes for the shadow people that are surrounding Wander when Wander comes to after having killed a Colossus. The number of shadow people and the number of snow white doves increases by 1 for every Colossus killed. I think there's probably some interesting interplay between, you know, light and dark, shadow and light going on there with the shadow people and the doves. But now we're on our way to Colossus number 15, Argus. The last one in our way before we... Oh, Eagle! Before we get to the final Colossus. Yes! I wanted to do that before, but I never quite saw the right opportunity. Sometimes this Eagle can carry you quite a long way, and sometimes he carries you over a large body of water like the ocean or whatever passes for an ocean around here, and you drown because he drops you in. I love that little eagle. Oh man. That's the eagle that comes riding alongside you whenever you hit full gallop with aggro. I love that. Come on, aggro. Ah, shit, I wanted to jump on his back while he was riding. Not break his stride. So remember earlier in the LP when I was saying that this version of Shadow of the Colossus, the Ico Shadow of the Colossus HD Collection, that's based on the PAL version from the PS2 days. The PAL version is the version of the game that Europeans got. And I've recently learned something about it. One of the big differences between the North American version of Shadow of the Colossus, the original PS2 North American version, and the European version, or the PAL version. Apparently in the PAL version, back in the day, gripping and that whole mechanic worked slightly differently than it did for the North American release. I think it might have something to do, I think it's a different frame rate or a different refresh rate or something like that, PAL versions tend to utilize. Either way, I think due in part to that difference, the climbing mechanic was a little bit jankier and harder to work with for the European version of the game. And since the Ico Collection is based upon the PAL version of the game, this version of Shadow of the Colossus is based on the European one. I think that might actually have something to do with why some of the bosses feel so janky to get a grip on, especially the tiny ones. On the other hand, it hasn't been that difficult to acclimate to because it's been so long since I played the original North American version of Shadow of the Colossus anyway. So getting used to it hasn't been that bad. Plus, I like trying not to use it as an excuse because I always remembered having a hard time with Colossi and Zenobia anyway. But I have heard that that little bit of jankiness from the PAL version has... Oh! Leap! Has carried over, since that's the version this port is based on. A lot of people seem to have a lot more of a difficult time with this version's time attacks and whatnot because of that little slight difference, making it a little bit harder to deal with. Oh wait, that's not the side. So, when you approach this castle out here in the desert from a certain side, there it is. You can find the entrance. It's actually right in front. This is the most obvious shit. You find the front entrance into the castle where the Colossus's domain is, and I wanted to launch right over that column, but no dice. So the next... So there are about 5, if I'm remembering this correctly, 5 vaguely humanoid colossi, if you count the last one. That would be the 1st, 3rd, 6th, 15th, and 16th colossi. They're all kind of vaguely humanoid. And of those, 3 of them are armed. The majority of those humanoid colossi are all armed. And the only armed, weaponized colossi, I guess weaponized might be a poor way to put it because some of the projectile-based ones could certainly be weaponized. The only ones who have some kind of weapons, though, are all of the humanoid ones. This one, number 3 and number 1. Barba is actually one of the only unarmed humanoid colossi. Always makes me think that this game is trying to make some sort of commentary about the destructive nature of humanity. I mean, that point plays itself out pretty well across the storyline anyway. Not only through Wander, but through some other plot points that we're going to have revealed at the end of the game. But as we come and leap up here onto this platform at the very end of the arena, we finally get the 15th Colossus revealed to us, and this is gonna be Argus, who is wielding what looks like some kind of stone blunt meat cleaver. Looks like the Dragon Bone Smasher meets the meat cleaver. And this is once again gonna be a very cool fight, because the first half of it, like a couple of the previous Colossi we've been fighting, the first half of this fight is a bit of an environmental puzzle. At least in the early goings. It's a matter of trying to figure out how to get the Colossus to manipulate the environment for you so that you can reach his first weak point, which is going to be over on the crown of its head. And this is another one of the fairly aggressive ones. So the idea with the first part of this fight is I want to piss him off and get him to stomp down on this platform right here. I want him to kind of just... Whoa, camera. I want him to stomp his foot down on just the very edge of the platform to lift it up, and he does not want to do that right now. There we go. Turn towards me and just walk forward. That's all you gotta do. Try to crush me. That's... Woo, impeccable aim. Totally dead on. You really fucking killed me there. There you go. And because he stomped on that platform and lifted it up, that lets us get up here to the second floor of the balcony. Now there is one specific spot, and I'm trying to remember which one it is. I think it's over here. So once again, we want to get his attention and piss him off. This time he can't stomp on us now. This time he's going to be forced to take a swing at us. And the idea is you want him to swing. Come on. You want him to take a swing at the pillars. There he goes. Duck down to avoid any kind of damage, and he knocks some rubble loose, which lets you get up to the next floor of this area. So we do a little bit of platforming, and now we're just about at neck level with him. So we run around here. At this point, the only thing he can do is stomp the earth really, really hard, which will cause us to lose our balance. I like all of these eyes around here. Kinda makes sense why they call him Argus, who's the Greek giant who had, what was it, 100 eyes or something like that. And now there's one more stage to this part of the fight, and it's, once again, getting his attention because he's very easily distracted. He hasn't taken his Ritalin today. I'm gonna run across to the other side of the bridge while he cocks his weapon back. And he's gonna take out part of the bridge for us. There we go. Okay, so the environmental puzzle part of this fight is now complete. The trick now is just to use the broken section of the bridge to jump on top of his head. You don't actually have to do this step, but it's cool to show off, and it makes it just slightly easier to accomplish this part of the fight. So now, clinging on, there's a nice little part at the top of his spine where you can grip on and he won't knock you loose too much. Otherwise, he tends to move his head about pretty wildly. And this is also not his only weak point. Feels like it's been a while since we've actually seen a boss with multiple major weak points. Do I have the spot I'm looking for? It looks like I do, so this should go pretty quick. Yeah, and he doesn't appear to have that much health either. You know, even though I said he's one of the more aggressive, warlike ones, that may just be him being territorial and trying to do a job of protecting this ruined city. I believe that's what Dormin called it. He is a sentry of this ruined city, something along those lines. So maybe he's just protecting it, but makes you wonder what this city might have been or who he might have been. Oh man, now I'm getting swung around a bunch. And I'm about to lose my grip gauge. About to run out of strength. So if I can't get another stab or two off in the next, I would say 4 or 5 seconds, I'm gonna have to jump off to his shoulders. Yeah. Maybe I can just hang up here on his neck. Oh wait, did that actually do it? I think that did some damage. I think I'm right on that sigil's hitbox. Yeah. Yeah. Get in there. I didn't think the hitbox for the sigil extended this far back onto his spine. Fucking yeah, damn right, paralyzed this Colossus. Oh, I feel like a monster now. It's one thing to kill this thing, but Jesus Christ. I got the bloodlust for a second. Paralyze this thing. God. Oh shit. I can go out and just hunt me some Bambi Mom. That's sweet. The tears of its young child make it even more delicious and succulent. Jesus Christ. Tumble. Yeah. God, this is cutting it really close. I didn't think I was gonna have this issue. Come on, one more to the brain. No. I didn't think I was gonna have this issue with Argus. Jeez, I'm just all over the place right now. This is cutting it way closer than I would have thought. Okay, that should be it for the one on his head. No? Still got a little bit of fight left in him at this point. I mean, well, at least his brain and his skull still have a little bit of fight left in it. One more should do it, I guess. He's awfully low on HP. Damn it, no! 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 Oh, damn it, is that the first time that's happened? Shit. Damn, I was hoping I would make it through the whole game without falling off of a Colossus unintentionally. And he has so little HP left, too. Oh well, we'll get back to the top of his head in a second. Alright. Come back towards me so I can leap onto your head. Come back. Come back. Come back to me. There we go, that should be enough. Please tell me I didn't miss this. Okay. Yeah, I occasionally miss that. Oh, also notice the sigil only appears to you when you have the ancient sword out. That's the only way you can actually see it and locate it. If you're barehanded or if you have the bow out, the sigil doesn't appear even when you're next to it. It took me a really long time the first time I went through the game to catch on to that fact. Oh, I can't believe I did that with so little HP left on this weak point. That's what makes it worse. It's not like I fell off after doing like one hit of damage to him. Oh, camera doesn't like this angle. Camera doesn't like being smushed up next to the ruins. Luckily, he just walks away. Not too much going on in this arena that makes the view that spectacular. Even though it's by far one of the most detailed arenas. You just don't get that crazy sense of scope in this one. Basically, I just want every fight to be Avion or Phalanx. That'd be pretty rad. Oh, man. And there's only 2 flying Colossi in the game. They totally should have found room for the Phoenix. The salt is building over that. I want the Phoenix. I want a Shadow of the Colossus sequel that's just fighting flying Colossi. I don't know, maybe that's what makes Avion and Phalanx feel so special, is because they are the only 2. Maybe if there were more of them, you would get the feeling that it's becoming too commonplace, too pedestrian. The way it is right now, just 2 out of 16, every time you get to one of the flying ones, it feels like this awesome little treat. Speaking of treat, we are going to retreat down his back. I think. Unless I can jump off at a better spot. That was a terrible pun. Terrible. I would like to get off of him without doing tons of damage. Plus, I think there's something on his back I need to hit, actually. Or is it his shoulder? Oh, shit. This is probably the fight, come to think of it, that I remember the least of. There it is. Yeah, good. Okay, I'm glad I didn't just jump off of him. Kind of hesitated, and usually when I hesitate, it leads to destruction. But this time it paid off. Oh yeah, and Dormin does this. Find its hidden vitals. If a fight is taking too long, the game assumes that you have no idea what you're doing, so Dormin just jumps in to go, hey, hit him where it will hurt. Hit him in its vital spot. Like, almost every Colossi's vital spots, either towards the base of the spine or in the brain. It's not like he's giving you that much of a hint. If he had said, you can reach his vital spot by doing this, this, and this, that maybe would have been useful, but I think most people know, go after the weak points. I think most people by this point have caught on to that. Hit it in the vital spot. Oh shit. I need you to stop moving your feet a little bit for a second. So hitting him in the armpit around that area, the back of the shoulder, caused him to drop his weapon. And right now what I'm trying to do is expose his second major weak point. Which, counter to what I just said about all the Colossi having major weak points, either in the base of their stomach or their brain, this one's final major weak point is in the very obvious spot on its palm. I think on the palm that was holding the sword, which is why we couldn't access it before. Now that he's pounding the ground, we can actually get up on his palm. And he's stupid because oh, hey camera. All it would take for him to deal with us, it would be making a fist, clenching his fist, and we would die. Or at least be forced to let go. But yeah, we're stabbing the heart that secretly exists inside this Colossi's palm, and he has fallen over dead because of it. Really silly. Fun fight though, I like this fight a whole lot. It is a good palate cleanser, I would say, after Cenobia. And that is 15 down. 1 to go. The final Colossus will be coming up next time as we head into the finale of this game. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good one.